from O'Connor in Canberra. I've been with Hubby for about 2.5 years. Prior to signing up, I worked for the government for over 20 years, but I always had an interest in DIY, doing repairs and alterations around my own houses. And a few years back, I saw some online ads about Hubby, which got me thinking about, a potential career change. And I looked at some YouTube videos. I remember going through those, and then I approached the company and just asked a few questions about, what it might be like. I think the best thing about being a hubby is that you're your own boss. So you've got complete control over all the decisions about what you want to do and when. You can work at your own pace. So that means if you want to build your business where you do a lot of work, or you do a lot of smaller jobs to fill up your days, or perhaps only work occasionally, you can tailor it to fit in with your lifestyle and the level of income that you want to have. There's also a lot of job satisfaction. Certainly beats sitting at a desk. If you can repair or build something and have somebody compliment you on the quality of your work and then pay you for it, it's a really great feeling of achievement. My tips for anyone who's thinking about this would be that if you're doing it on your own, which they refer to as being a man in a van, you've really got to stay on top of the admin tasks as well as being out on the road doing the jobs. You've got emails, phone calls, quotes to do, invoices, banking, tax matters. So I usually take my laptop out with me in the ute, and if I find some time, to get a coffee through the day, I'll sit there for 5 or 10 minutes and knock over a few of those admin tasks, so that when you get home that night, you're not sitting up, too late still doing that stuff. Another tip would be you've got to be able to think on your feet. We're handymen. Often you're called out to repair something that, it could be anything, and you've never seen it before or have no idea how to do it. So we're all continually learning. I would say don't pretend. If you need time to figure out how to do something, don't be afraid to talk to your other hubbies. Get on the Tech Talk Facebook page with photos and ask questions, and that way you're being genuine about what you can do, what you can achieve. As far as repeat customers go, I think it's pretty basic. People appreciate you being friendly, neat and tidy, both in the way that you show up at their house and also the way you leave the work site, cleaning up after yourself. And you've got to be honest and, sort of explain what you're doing, doing for them, what the job is. I always think about it. I just treat people the way that I'd expect a tradie coming to my house to behave. And I now have dozens of regular clients, both private and commercial. In my experience, the support from the head office is been very good and genuine. I asked for lots of facts and figures before I signed up. They answered every question. They went away and found every bit of data that I asked for. There was no pressure to sign up quickly. And furthermore, I've found that everything that was sort of forecasted about what was likely to happen in the early days of my business was pretty accurate. The field managers have been great, stayed in touch, and helped me think about what I want to do with my business and, which way to steer it within the contract period that I've signed up for.